Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Cory. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today for another Clash of Clans video. If any of you guys are new, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today we're going to be talking about queen charges. Got three beautiful attacks to show you guys from WHF Rising, 2 Town Hall 10 queen charge triples, and a Town Hall 11 queen charge triple as well. And between these three attacks, guys, we got different back-end troops for one. We got a queen charge Lalo, a queen charge Hog attack, and a queen charge miner attack. So we're covering a lot of ground here today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into those right now.
Nerf this!
So I want to start off the video by letting you guys know that determining which direction your queen is going to walk a lot of times can be one of the most difficult aspects of the game. I think good base building is more difficult, but determining which way your queen's going to walk is also very difficult. There's a lot of things to take into account, including, spacings of buildings and where your queen is going to be standing when she's shooting at those buildings. And that's going to be determined by where you drop her a lot of times. So I'm going to go ahead and press play on this attack by Snowflake. Beautiful queen charge Lalo. And where Snowflake starts over here, you're going to see there's really no double gaps between defenses, and a lot of times those can be really helpful determining which way your queen's going to walk. So Snowflake does start it out by a giant tanking, followed by a hog to get rid of the mortar, and then a wizard behind both of those as well. The wizard was to take out this building, get this side of the funnel established, but you'll notice none of the defenses were taken out behind the wall. Okay, and once again, no double spaces between defenses to help kind of determine which way she's going to walk. So you look at that queen starting location right there, and you can tell that she's going to be standing, to that side of the buildings that she's going to be facing. Now, if Snowflake would have started his or her queen up here more, then the direction that she's standing while she's targeting those buildings is entirely different. If Snowflake would have started up, right here or maybe right here, then there's a really good chance that queen would have ended up walking this direction on the base instead of this direction on the base, because we're going to see how this comes into effect where that queen is standing to determine which way she's going to walk. I'll pause it for you guys at the moment of decision. Whew, that rage was a little bit late there. It gets a little scary. You want to, first of all, you don't want to do them preemptively, but a lot of times you don't want to wait that long either, because then you put yourself in a position where you don't know if your queen's going to either die or you have to pop her ability early when you shouldn't have had to. So keep an eye how many defenses are going to be targeting your queen in a certain area. If it's going to be 2 or more, you're going to want to plan ahead of time on having to use rage there. That way you have it ready before she's that low health. So here we go. We're getting close to decision time in here. Actually, it's really close. We're going to take out this building. And now, oh man, I paused it just a little bit too late. But right as she was targeting that king platform, there's going to be a decision on which building was closest. This is either going to be this cannon or one of these buildings over here. And because she was standing to this side of those defenses, then these buildings right in there became the next closest buildings, and that's why she walked that direction. Whereas if that queen would have been started out here, probably would have been standing a little bit closer to that cannon. So this is complicated stuff, guys. You have to take a look at which buildings your queen is going to target in which order, and not only that, but which side of those buildings she's going to be standing on with her range to get those taken out. It gets pretty intense, not going to lie. So I love that wall wrecker right there, or excuse me, stone slammer, because what it's going to do, it's going to end up taking out, those Valkyries are going to end up taking out that multi-target inferno. That's very important because he's taking advantage of a nice little indent on that base right there, but from that indent, the queen cannot reach that multi-target inferno. Between her, there is, a wall, 3 spaces, and another wall, otherwise known as 4 spaces behind a wall, so she could not target that multi-target inferno. So right now, if Snowflake had not used that stone slammer and the Valkyries in it to get that multi taken out, her healers would have been dead right about now, because the multi-target would have targeted them, but the queen could not target the multi-target. So beautiful job determining which way that queen's going to walk, taking advantage of that natural little indent on the base. Didn't have to use wall breakers, didn't have to use a stone slammer or a wall wrecker to get in the base, just took advantage of that natural divot to get in there and take out the enemy CC, take out the enemy queen, all that stuff, no jumps, nothing. And stone slammer did some great work over there as well. So if we look at it now, we've only got 1 air defense left in this base, but we do have 4 wizard towers. So I mean, sometimes you're going to start on the air defense side. Usually that's what I would do. But, you know, Snowflake's using a lot of hastes and a lot of loons to really direct target those wizard towers really fast. You'll notice Snowflake's got a heal in this composition, which is very important if you have to lalo that much splash damage. You know, at that point there were still 4 wizard towers up, and you know, it was looking like they were going to take some fire for the multi-target inferno as well. So interesting side that the lalo went from, but it worked really well in this instant because of those hastes, getting them through that section very, very quickly. The pathing luckily was very nice. Loons never had to backtrack or anything. Because what happens when you start your lalo so far away from the air defense is the hounds path through and pull traps, but other than that they're not tanking behind the loons. So loons, if they stay too far back for too long, the hounds end up dying and the air defenses end up picking off all those lava pups, leaving you with not enough to clean up the base. But since the pathing was clear and since those hastes were used so quickly to get those loons through that portion to catch up with those lava hounds, it was very beautifully executed. Actually, very nice hit by Snowflake on this one. Now we're going to go up and take a look at number 20. This is going to be a queen charge hog attack done by Paradox. Now this one, where Paradox is going to start the queen, I really love this. This is a place I would have started a queen, because you'll notice the double gap, actually triple gap if you count the walls. Wow, maybe even 4 gaps in some place counting the walls between this air defense and this wizard tower. Nice bowler bounce right over here, getting those two buildings down with 1 bowler, but more importantly cutting in the funnel. And that bowler's actually going to go over there and keep funneling some stuff, including the mortar. But because of this gaps over here and where he started his queen, you know, she's going to be able to walk to the left with a high degree of certainty, because you know, when you put that many gaps between defenses, between buildings, it gives you really, once again, we got a scary rage. Paradox has got some guts. Looked like Dan doing a queen charge on that one. Wait until that last second and making it work. But anyways, beautiful spot to start the queen charge on this base. Because of those multiple gaps, it's really easy. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of which way your queen's going to go. Those are the kind of areas that I like to find in determining where I'm going to start my queen on a queen charge. So there was a freeze in there just to make sure that wall wrecker got in there deep enough, broke enough walls. You want that queen to have access. You know, once again, enemy CC, enemy queen, and get in as deep as possible into that base to take out other high value defenses and really carve out some pathing for the hogs. The only thing is, on this one, I'm not sure if I would have used hogs, just because this queen charge has taken out 3 out of 4 air defenses, and this last air defense is direct targetable. Honestly, I might have tried like a queen charge mass loon on this, because your queen's getting 3 air defenses, and then you can direct target this one with the haste straight from that mortar into that air defense, leaving you with no more air defenses left, but you know, maybe, I don't know, a couple hastes and 2 heals on this one with mass loons. That would have been pretty sweet. Just because the queen is not getting that king right away, she is going to get him later on in the raid, which I can see why Paradox ran the hogs on this one. And Paradox also might have had more information than me. This base might have had all air skellies, which figures into the equation of wanting to use hogs, which probably the case, because I have not seen any ground skellies pop up yet. So that king is gonna, oh, we do have some ground skellies on the backside. I might have been wrong on that. So that king is going to target hogs and put in some work on the hogs, because the queen charge did not immediately take care of the king. And usually if I'm going to do a hog attack, I want my kill squad or my queen charge to get that king taken care of, either, you know, before the hogs come down or very shortly after. Now, his queen is going to get in there and take out the king, which is nice, because I don't think there was enough hogs left at this point to take out that king on their own, and he's going to need those hogs to help out with cleanup. We got 3 wizards working on the right side, but those hogs were definitely needed to clean up on the left side. So the queen did break through and eventually get that king taken care of. So, you know, if you can't get him on the charge and you're dead set on using hogs, make sure your queen is going to eventually get that king. Either that, or make sure that you're going to have a ridiculous number of hogs left over. If you have a ton of hogs left over, they can take care of a king no problem. Or on a base where you can end your hogs in the area with the king, usually they can get him taken care of, and he's not following them around half the base wrecking the hogs. So just some things to take into account when you decide to use hogs. Are you going to get the king early? If not early, are you going to get the king, you know, soon after? And if that's not the case, can you at least end your hogs on that king section so that he's not smacking them down through the entire base? But very nice attack by Paradox on that one. So 10 queen charge miner. Now we're getting down to an 11v11 attack, and this is another one where, man, I would not have started this queen charge here. I'm not exactly sure where I would have started it from, but I'll show you what I mean. We'll pause at the moment of decision where this queen makes the decision whether she's gonna walk the right way or whether she's gonna walk the wrong way. Now he does use a baby dragon and a couple miners to get in there and try and establish a funnel to determine which way this queen's gonna walk, but I'll show you why it was still kind of a scary spot. By the way, the wall wrecker placement was very, very nice there, putting it between those two buildings, because if it would have taken that out that elixir collector, the queen would not have stepped over in that direction, putting her further towards the upper side of this base. So look at this right here. This is the part that's scary. Once this wizard tower goes down, what is the next closest defense? Is it gonna be this air defense right here, or is it gonna be this cannon? And you're gonna see in this situation, it's a very close call. Honestly, I wasn't sure which one was closer. So if that cannon would have been closer, that queen is no longer going into that base, and this attack's probably not ending very well. But luckily, by a little bit, that air defense was closer, so she does decide to go on the base. But to me, that's a little too close to hinge my whole attack on it. So those are some things to look at when you're trying to determine where to start that queen charge from. Do you have several spaces that are going to help determine where your queen's going to go? Can you determine where your queen's going to be standing when she has to make that decision of where to walk around the base? And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's a very difficult aspect of the game to decide which way your queen's going to go. But since she did go the right way, I do like this charge. She got a ton of value. Got the queen down, which is not necessary for miners, but it's nice because when she fires on miners, they quit whatever defense they're doing. They go straight to that queen, which a lot of times is going to be in the middle of a ton of defenses. So she'll manage to kill several just because she's a beast, and it puts the miners in a dangerous spot where they're taking more fire, more damage than they normally would. So taking her out is nice, but taking out that eagle and creating pathing and taking out that enemy CC are absolutely very, very helpful. CC and pathing are a must for miners, but taking out that eagle with that charge, very, very beneficial for whatever backside troops you're using. Miners no exception to that. So very, very nicely done. Once again, the charge was a little scary for me. It definitely was. I would not have been sure enough about that charge to start my queen right there. You know, but who knows? Maybe Illusion knows something that I don't. Maybe that whole thing was planned to a T. I don't know. It might have been luck. Might have just been somebody better at queen charges than me. You know, either way, it worked, and very nice triple out of it. Always nice to see the queen surviving the whole raid on these, because you know she got plenty of value. She took care of, you know, right here, this whole side of the base, all the way going through here. She busted through a wall and took out those defenses as well. And the whole time she's doing that, she's also tanking for those miners quite a bit as well. So it's a very nice symbiotic attack when you can get a nice healthy queen charge moving through a base, and then either hogs, lalo, or miners working kind of either right next to her or around the other side of the base. Generally works very well as long as you can determine where your queen's going to get charged, which way she's going to go, and get plenty of value from those. So hope you guys found some stuff in this that's beneficial for you in helping to plan those queen charges, those queen walks. Trying to determine which way she's gonna walk is the most difficult part about the whole thing, honestly. You know, wall breaking used to be pretty complicated, but honestly with the siege machines, a lot of times that's not even a factor anymore. So determining which way she's going to walk, I think right now is the most difficult part of planning and executing a queen charge or queen walk attack. So I hope the stuff that I pointed out today helps you guys a little bit in visualizing which buildings she's going to target, this one to this one to this one to this one, and then by the time she gets in here, where is she going to be standing, and from standing on that side of that stuff, what defenses or building is going to be closest after, to determine which way she's going to go. Utilize those multiple spaces between defenses or between buildings when you can, because that can be a very safe way of determining exactly which way she's going to go. So if you guys haven't yet, smash that subscribe button and check out the details below my videos. In there I have, I got a bunch of resources for you in there. First of all, I have links to all my social media, including my Discord server, which is the best place to get a hold of me. But more importantly, I have links to WHF Family Recruiting Discord server in there. WHF is recruiting max 12s, 11s, and 10s. But right now, especially, we're looking for maxed 11s, you guys. Heroes, maxed offense, a must. And base either defense wise, either maxed or very, very close to it, or a tier 1. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But generally max defenses. So with that, I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Nerf this!